The best leaders in the world all share one trait, and most people, when they think about it, they get it wrong. If you're a new leader, a future leader, or somebody who just wants to know, do they have what it takes to lead, this video's for you. Most people, they end up chasing the wrong traits. They think it's charisma, they think it's all about their character. Sometimes they think it's about the position or power that they have. None of these are right. This one trait that I'm going to talk about in this video changes everything. For nearly 20 years, I've been leading sailors in the Navy as a leader. I've coached thousands of junior leaders, mid-grade leaders, and some of the top executives in the military today. And this one trait, I've seen this make or break those leaders. So let's talk about it. Here's why most leaders get this wrong. They think that they have to be the loudest person in the room, or a leader has to be that alpha mentality, somebody who's always taking charge. This simply isn't true. They also think, oh, as a leader, I have to have every single answer. I have to know everything to lead well. That's also not true. Many new leaders think that they have to be in charge and that they have to have all the control. The truth is, that control, it breaks trust. So what is the number one trait that I see in leaders who typically excel? The number one trait I see is emotional courage. Emotional courage is the ability to face discomfort, have hard conversations, and the ability to be vulnerable. All of those things take real emotional courage. These are the leaders that you see that are willing to admit when they're wrong or willing to admit when they make mistakes. They have those tough conversations with their people to make them better. And finally, they also stand up for their people. This is critical. One of the best leaders that I ever worked for wasn't afraid to sit down with people, have tough conversations, and to stand up for what was right, even when it was unpopular. And that took real emotional courage. If you stay with me till the end, I'm going to show you exactly how to strengthen this trait to make real changes and real progress in your life as a leader. Next up, I'm going to talk about what are the traits that leaders do that weakens their emotional intelligence. These are traps that you may not even realize you're doing. First up is micromanaging. Micromanagement has a place in leadership, but you have to use it sparingly. If you're micromanaging every single detail of your people, what you're really signaling is that you don't trust them. So if you need to micromanage, get in there, take care of the situation, train the person, help them learn to be better, and then get out. The faster you can get out as a leader and allow your team to grow and build on themselves, the better. The next one's tough. I still struggle with this sometimes. This is when leaders avoid hard conversations. They don't want to have those tough conversations, the one that you can feel in your stomach that's going to be uncomfortable. But guess what? As a leader, that's your job. Have those hard conversations. Your people, most of them want to be successful. And if there's something holding them back, you got to have that conversation. Additionally, if there's a toxic team member, then sometimes you're going to have that hard conversation to tell them to knock it out, or they're going to see the exit door, because your team doesn't want you to allow that toxicity to fester. So stop avoiding those hard conversations. You got to have them. Next up is when leaders, they lead with fear instead of their vision. They're afraid to make mistakes. They're afraid to put their neck out there. Maybe they just got into that position and they're just uncomfortable, so they're afraid. Leaders have to have a long-term vision, that really long-term sight on where is the organization going and how to lead your team to where you need them to go or where the team wants to go. If you're always afraid, then you're going to always hold back and not make those groundbreaking decisions that you are in a position of leadership to make. So if you're leading from fear, you got to trust yourself. You belong here and you deserve to be this leader, and they wouldn't have chosen you if they didn't trust you. Take a look at my other video where I talk about imposter syndrome. That also covers something that everyone deals with, is feeling like you're a fake or a fraud or people are going to find out. If you want to know more, check out the video here. So how do you build emotional courage? Well, an easy way to start, as a leader, if you're afraid to give feedback or afraid to deal with those tough conversations, Start giving small, tiny critiques. Tell them how they're doing. Hey, you could have did this a little bit better, or I didn't see this where I wanted it to be. Give them good feedback as well. Hey, I really liked what you did there. When you start making feedback normal, it gets easier and easier because one, you're practicing it, and two, your team gets used to hearing feedback from you. So when you have those tough conversations, it's not out of the blue. You're giving feedback all the time, so they're used to it, so it won't be a surprise. That's key to building emotional courage. Is just start with those tiny little steps and those tiny little feedback points. And sooner or later, guess what? You're going to start having those real tough conversations and you won't even realize it. Along the same lines is start asking other leaders or start asking your team for feedback. Ask them how you're doing. What things do they like that you're doing? What are some things that you're not doing well that they don't want to see anymore? That feedback is critical, especially for new leaders as they get their feet up under them. So trust me, ask for feedback. You'd be surprised how much good feedback you'll get, and that feedback is going to strengthen your emotional courage and make you a stronger leader. That positivity is going to reassure you that you're doing a great job. So ask for feedback. The last one is something you probably heard before, and that is get comfortable being uncomfortable. Leaders are constantly driving themselves and always pushing the organization to be better. And guess what? You're going to be uncomfortable if you're trying new things. You're going to be uncomfortable if you're leading a team for the first time. Even after leading a team for years as a senior leader in the military, I still get uncomfortable doing some of the routine leadership things. So just be comfortable being uncomfortable. As a leader, it's just a position that you're naturally always going to be in. If you're not uncomfortable and you're just completely comfortable, then you're probably not growing. An easy way you can do this, you can do a daily check. You can just say, hey, what did I avoid today that I should have faced? Be honest with yourself. Was there something that you were avoiding that you should have done? Maybe it was that tough conversation with a coworker, somebody who was messing up, and you avoided the conversation instead of handling it. Do you want to be a strong, impactful leader? Then you don't need perfection. You just need emotional courage. This week, my challenge for you, I want you to go out there and I want you to face one of those things that you've been avoiding. That's how it starts. One step forward. Tell me in the comments, what did you face this week? What did you challenge yourself with? I want to hear about it. If you liked this video, smash that subscribe button, hit the like button. I drop a long form leadership video every single Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern. Don't miss a video. Appreciate you watching and thanks for your time.